Hey folks, we're back, and this time around we're doing a new thing. It's kind of just a little talk about the process as I ink the Pop 21 pieces. These are fun to do. I'm having a lot of fun. I really enjoyed all of what I was doing on the 31 Days of Halloween pieces. While I was doing one a day, then that probably is a bit much. So I decided I was going to step in and do something a little bit more reasonable and just try to do a couple a week. Of course, I thought, as much as I was loving, or am loving, I love the new show Mandalorian. Season 2 had just come out, and it was fantastic and an incredible amount of fun. And maybe it's one of my favorite, Star Wars things in a little while. I think it's kind of lovely and perfect, and I just truly have enjoyed everything about it. I so I thought I'd kick things off, with Mando drawing this one. I always loved Boba Fett's design. I thought it was fantastic. I always had the same problems, quite a few people do, where I really felt like, yeah, sure, it's a great design, but he falls into a Sarlacc pit and mostly just gets beat up. It's nice to see more of the Mandalorians, and especially the extension of a lot of that mythos that was built in the Clone Wars and in Rebels, and kind of getting to see more of that. Any chance we can see Mandalorians being badasses is pretty good by me. I the idea behind these is they're small, they're simple, they're fast. I work on all of these pieces while I'm actually, while I'm watching a show, usually with my family. So sometimes you'll even get a hint as to what I'm watching. Not always, but in instances like this, you can definitely see, what I'm messing with, and yeah. The size of these, they all are pretty small. They're I think 4.5 inches by 5.5 inches or something like that. Again, I wanted something that I could just kind of complete in one sitting. I know you're seeing me ink these very quickly in these time lapse pieces, but usually they don't take me more than about an hour, somewhere in there. Sometimes a little bit less, sometimes a little bit more. I'll pencil a couple fairly quickly, and then I'll sit down and ink them. I think the inking always takes the longest. It's where all the life comes into everything that I do. You can kind of see it. Of course, you can't do a Mando piece and not do a Grogu piece. The child, Baby Yoda, whatever the hell you want to call him. You know, I he had to have a name, so that's Grogu works. But this piece, the Grogu piece, was a lot of fun. And if you've seen, I drew Grogu a couple of times in this early thing, mostly just because honestly I love those big eyes, and I absolutely adore that slightly turned down mouth. I don't know, it's a lot of fun to draw. He's pretty damn adorable. They really nailed it with this character. You want to love him, and I'm excited that it's not something that's just a one-off thing. Okay, so yeah, one of the things that I really felt like with these was mostly just drawing what I want to draw. I think that's an important thing. I think it's very easy, whether you're doing, if you're doing some sort of a prompted thing, you always, get these prompts, and they're helpful, but my God, just draw stuff you want to draw. I love drawing comics. I love working on all these things, but I'm going to be honest with you. Sometimes you've got to draw stuff that's boring or just not the most fun. I'm currently working on thumbnails, just an extended batch of thumbnails, and I love the project. I love what I'm working on. I love the creator that I'm working with on it, but drawing over 100 pages of thumbnails is just a lot of stuff. It's just a lot. And so here I'm drawing what I wanted to draw, and like I said, It was a few pieces featuring the characters from Mandalorian. The second Mandalorian was a lot of fun. I kind of wanted to back up just a tiny bit. I will say that drawing Mando's armor is it's just not easy. The shapes of it are really fine. They're fun to do. It's not an issue. But more the thing about it that's tricky really is actually it's so shiny. Like when he gets his armor fixed, gets the new armor, it's perfect, and it's chromy. It's not as dinged up as the armor that he was wearing in the beginning, or what Boba Fett wears. You can kind of play with like the grit and texture and stuff like that. So I ended up having to kind of do this and emulate a lot of line work, little lines here and there, just to kind of give it some depth and texture, so it didn't just look like, I don't know, huge areas of white on a black background. I think it would have still looked okay, but I think that for me, the interest a lot of times is giving it that depth and texture. I probably will and need to draw some more characters from the show. Of course, I want to get to Ahsoka. She's fantastic. Not sure how quickly I'll do it. One of the things about doing this entire project was that, I was like, okay, well, if I'm going to do this 2 a week, that's 104 pieces in a year. And I really want to stick to releasing 2 a week in a year. Because I'm me and because something's wrong with me, I'm going to end up doing more than that. I'll probably end up, doing at least a couple extras a month. This week I know, or this month I know that I've released a couple of extras, but that's okay. They're fun. So John Wick's up next. This one was a lot of fun. I love John Wick. I love Keanu Reeves. It's a great character and such a simple premise. The boogeyman returns. The world's most dangerous assassin returns from a life because of losing his wife and the pain that goes with that. But then ultimately losing a dog, the one thing that kind of gave him comfort and joy after the extreme loss of his wife. And I really loved doing this piece. I'm doing this thing on Instagram called Reels. I think it's just them being cool kids and competing with TikTok, because that's what all the cool kids do, right? You compete with TikTok. I'm not really crazy about Reels. I think that the Instagram algorithm is a pain in the ass. It's annoying. It is not my favorite thing at all. I don't like really having to jump through hoops to get stuff out there for you all. While I think it works and people get to see stuff quickly and respond to it, it's, I don't know. It's just, they make a weird thing out of it. I know it's just because they want money, and they want my money, and they want your money. They want all of our money, but, maybe figure out a way to make it a little more human and a little less stressful to do. So anyway, the Reels thing, basically I started doing these Reels, which are just exactly this. It's 30-second videos, usually over music. I always play like the themes from whatever it is, and it's been fun. The John Wick piece ended up being incredibly popular. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure if it was just because it was of Keanu, of John Wick, and he's a popular character. If it just hit in the right way, but it ended up with like over 40,000 views, which doesn't matter. It's all stupid. But I don't know. It's like, oh, it's nice to have, people seeing this and building an audience. That audience is not as cool as all of you. So there's that. The final piece for this one is Catwoman and the Penguin. And I love it, hate it, do your thing. But I love Batman Returns. The first one's great. doll was seen out as the kind of life-changing superhero movie for me. It came at a perfect time in my life, but my God, you know, the uh, the second one's just perfect. So yeah, I had a lot of fun with this. I'm gonna do more. Come back, check them out. I will do. I'm thinking about one a month of these, just showing kind of the process and the progress of everything I'm working on. I probably am going to ramble more than just about the things. I didn't get to talk enough about Catwoman and the Penguin. I really like the way that piece came out. Anytime I can draw, Danny DeVito's ugly mug in that Penguin costume, I love doing it. And of course, Michelle Pfeiffer is an absolute badass goddess. So I love that. All right. I'll talk to you again soon. We'll see another one. We'll do another one. And, as always, have fun, stay safe, and thank you.